Good day guys, Bing here. Today we're going to try this one. Okay, so let's start. First, we're going to so it's not very clear on this image. I guess it's and also all these I guess that they are just some facade systems, some maybe it looks like buttons or even just might be like some kind of continuous panel, maybe corrugated panels, but that's not I don't think that's important for this. It's more maybe it's more about the massing the whole structure. Okay, so let's do it. So first I'm going to create a new project, and we can try some different method. So and as we can see in this image, so the relationship between each between the levels up are not very strong. So there's no kind of relationship between them, so it's more like random. So which means we don't really need to I don't think we need to create a mass for this one. So we can even just create these for individual levels. So okay, so let's try that. So first, to model these, so you always go to elevation. We need to create some more levels. So I'm going to just use 4 meter. 4 meters fine. I'll just use array and I just create some more. Okay, so and I'll use as a select all on group. So now we have multiple levels. So and then because we create all these, so there's no floor plan for the new levels. You can create floor plans using these levels. So you can shift select all of them and create all the floor plan. Now you have all the floor plan for each level. Okay, for all the levels. So and also I prefer to model. You can do it in 3D view, so you can do all the modeling in 3D view if you don't like to go to each levels to model them. Okay, so let's go to 3D view. Okay, north is up the page. So so the first method is, so I'll just use wall. Okay, so I'm going to just use wall. So wall architecture. So there are some basic. I'm going to use maybe just generic 100 wall, and the first one is very simple. So we can just create walls by just individually. So like so this wall there, another wall there. So the gap you can just use offset, and then it looks like there's a little wall there. Yeah, you can either adjust the level, or you can just you can maybe just make this as a level 1, and then that's another level, and then there are 2 walls in that level. So basically, so I'm going to just use and also depending on the shape of this, so you can see so probably for the top these you should probably use spline, and I'm not sure about the shape of the here. Maybe just use a spline. So let's just start. Okay, so first you can see that base is on ground floor, and with the height is unconnected 8 meters. So I'm going to just change this one to instead of unconnected, I'll just change it to level 1. So now we can just do it here. So I'm going to just run free. I'll use spline. Oh, where's spline? There's no spline. Oh, sorry. This is the issue. I think this is the issue because when we draw walls, there's no spline. So we need to use. So we need to use only these line or arc. So for this, we need to have some planning. So for example, I'll just do some arc. So first floor is quite simple, so something like that. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so, and if you really want to see those like vertical patterns, so I do not suggest model them. So maybe I'll just go to the material, just give it like a pattern. So I'll just use model maybe, and depending on the scale of the building. So the building is quite big, so probably if you use like 75 mil, it will become like a solid color. So you probably just choose a more like a wider. So I'll just create a new one. So I'll just call it a 300 mil vertical, and basically basic and 90 degree parallel lines 300. Okay, so that's it. And okay, and okay. So now we have something like this, right? And then okay, so this is the first one. So and then the second one, I like to copy Control C, and then you can just modify, paste onto select level. So I just pick the level. That's ground floor. So paste onto level 1, and then with this, and then we can just go change the. Oh, hang on. We can't really. Yeah, can be tricky because it's not like a floor you can edit sketch quite easily. You have to, remove it, adjust, arc, and then adjust radius. Maybe it's easier to just model it. Just do it again. So so I'll just delete it and then do another one. So you can type WA wall, and this time I'll change this to level 1, change this automatically go to level 2. That's good. So then we can just create another, so something like maybe something like this. Okay, so and then go back again. So there's some different, so I'll just randomly model them. Okay, so go another one, and then so you can also continue. So if you have that chain checked, you can continue create another arc, and with this dash line, so it would be tangent to the first arc. So you can see this is, so if I rotate this one, okay, so this looks like a continuous curve, or like a spline, right? So okay, so let's go back again. Let's continue to this. Okay, so WA, so this time change to 3, and I'll just do this. So once again, I'll just roughly just create some random, arc and continuous, and change it to 4. So do it some slightly different angle. Okay, and then escape, change it to level 5, and okay, escape, change it to level 6, something like this. Escape, change it to level 7. So this time we can do some more interesting curve, maybe something like that. So maybe we can do more than 2, so we can create 3. Escape, change it to level 8. So we do a different direction. So maybe something like this. Okay, so let's go have a look in 3D view. Okay, so this is it. So we can just move them. So yeah, basically we can just manually model them, and it might not look like this, but yeah, it's if imagine sorry. So see this corner, you just need to, oops, sorry, wrong one, close this. Yeah, you just need to continue, just create an so for example, I'll just do some WA. I'll just go back to ground level. So this time I'll use a line, straight line, and we can just directly do do something like this. Okay, so ground level 1. Oh, hang on. So did I just use unconnected? Yeah, that should be fine because the level is 4. So I prefer to have, so these are all good. I prefer, this one's unconnected. I prefer to have all the, base and constraint, top constraint all set to a level. So I don't like unconnected, but sometimes it's easier because you can, you can directly tell, I want the height of wall to be 3 meters or 4 meters. So okay, so I'll just use unconnected for this. I'll just create all the corner wall. So just this one. So just some random angle. Just level 4. Where's my level 4? Here. So yeah, when you model in 3D view, so you always try to rotate a little bit to figure out, because by looking at this, you probably don't know which ones which level those walls are. So once you rotate, you can tell, this one's lower than that one. So this is very important, right? So it's a bit. So, and also when you find this, so you can't pick the point. It's probably because the level is not right. So you are still on level 4. So you can see. So that's why you can't really pick the point on this. So once you change to level 5, so you can just directly pick that point. Okay. So WA 7 and 8, and that's it. So yeah, so you can create some little some quite angle, but yeah, so this is just an example. It's very the building you might need to when you're trying to model something like this, you might need to have a better plan, so where the corner is. But I just only I did some random modeling, but this is one method. Okay, so you can just you can just model them in 3D view. And I think a good plan is, so you can just maybe you have something there already, so for example, you model 1 in the ground floor, and then when you start to model them either in floor plans or in 3D views, always follow that. That's roughly the point where the corner of my ground floor is, and then at the upper floor you won't just go everywhere, but more about, so something now it's very hard to move. Probably just move the whole thing, but yeah. So just when you model, just always follow something on the ground floor. So if you need to add in floor plans, so you can see in this level 1, you can actually see the half tone. So this is use the view range. So if you change this one to see, change the view depth to include. Hang on, not this one. Let me have a look. So this is ground floor, right? So level 1. So we can see this is because because that's the top of the floor below. So, and sometimes when you go to upper floor, you won't see anything. This is because the default setting of the view range, so set to the level 5. So the depth of this view is level 5. So easiest way to see everything below. So just change this to unlimited. So this will allow you to see everything below. So sometimes this can be quite useful. So when you need to model hang on, which one? This one. It's when you need to model these walls in floor plans. Okay, I think this is it. A very crazy wall. So let's try something different. So if So for example, this one is not all those the walls between different levels are not very related. What if there's a more like a continuous of change of shape? So how can we do it? So yeah, we can try mass. So I'm going to use model in place mass. Okay, and okay, so what I'm going to hang on. Yeah, we might have some issue with the spline, but anyway, so let's just try. First we need to create a mass. So let's. I'm going to I'll just make it quite simple. I'll use ground level, level in the middle, and a level top level. Okay, so first I'm going to use reference line. I'll use spline. Oh hell, I use spline, not spline through points. I'll use spline and set or draw on work plan, set work plan. So first I'll pick ground floor, which is correct, and then I'll just draw something. Okay, so maybe something. It's not showing. Why? Not sure. Let me just. Interesting. I'll just go to the top. Okay, so rotate. And try again. So reference, spline, draw on work plan, set to work plan, ground floor. Yeah. Okay, it works now. Anyway, so I'll just try to adjust this one a little bit. Okay, so something like this. And also maybe I'll just continue, create another one on this side. Hang on, just go back to draw on work plan. Oh, good. So maybe something like this. So, and also because when we do mass, when we need to use mass flow, it need to be solid. So I'm going to just do another spline through point. Oh, sorry, another spline, and just finish it. And also this one, why these points is showing? Let me just delete it. This is because when I do this, I think I use a draw on face, I guess. Okay, so let's just. Okay, so now this is it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So okay, so that's the reference line on the ground floor. I'm going to Control C and go to escape. And I'll see if I can align them onto different levels. So click on this one. I'll check middle level, Control Select. So we can select both the middle level and the top level. Okay, let's have a look in 3D view. Oh, sorry, we are already in 3D view. So now we have 3 profiles, 1, 2, and 3. So hang on, something's not quite right. So you can see these 3 and these 3, because they are in same work plan, so it will automatically, when you're trying to pick them, it will automatically pick all of them. But these 3 are separate. I guess it's because how anyway, so let's try it. See if we can just create a form from them. Yes, so this is a solid form. I'll just give it a material, so it become a solid. Okay, so a solid form, and then we can try to adjust so let me just try to select the spline, so we can start to adjust the shape. So you can change the shape to whatever you like, and then it will also change the massing. Okay, so change the massing. So let's do the top one as well. Select reference line. Sorry, spline reference. Reference line, yeah, and also spline. And okay, so can you tell the shape, the change of the shape? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, so yeah, once you're happy and you can finish this mass. So now we have so this is a mass, the shape. So we're only looking at this part. Okay, so now we can select. Once you select this mass, you have this tool, so mass floor, and then you have option to create a very thin layer mass floor on these levels. Let's select all of them, and click OK. So you can see all these floor. So now we have floor, but we still don't have wall, right? So if we create a wall by face, it will create one single wall, something like this, HI. So this is a wall. Okay, so this is not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is all vertical. But so the reason why we use floor is we can have something to pick to place on the edge. So we have mask floor. So now we can create a floor by face. Okay, so we're going to use just use this 150 and select everything here, create floor, and now we have all the floors. So I'm going to H this mask, so we have all these floor. So now we have all the floor, and then we can start to place something on the floor. So this can be, you know, quite multiple options for this, but I think I don't think I'll have a try, because I don't think we can place wall by picking this edge, because this edge is a spline. So but I want to have a try. Okay, so I'll use wall and go, let's try this one. So currently it's level 8. Let's change it to ground floor, and I'll change this one to level 1 and pick line. I don't think so. You can see we can't pick because this edge is a spline. Okay, so here is one option. If you really want to pick an edge, so you can export this to a DWG file, and then in AutoCAD there's a command. You can change a spline into a polyline. I think I've done a video before, but I'm just going to, yeah, you might have a search, so you probably can find that video, and then after that you can just import that DWG file back in here, and then you can pick line. You can pick line to create those walls. Okay, so that's the first option. And the second option, let's try. So we're going to use different. Also, let me try see if I can use railing. I probably can't, because they see here there's no spline option. Okay, so the same. So if you want to use railing, the same, you can't really do it. Okay, this can be some issue, but that's fine. That's fine. We can still do something. Let me think. What should we do? Maybe we can try. Maybe we can try. We can try adaptive family. We can try adaptive family, but that means we don't really need those floors anymore, because we can directly create adaptive family on the mass. Okay, so let's try to do that. So let me just recap. So there's there are two options, but both of them will require to have polyline or arc, not spline, as you know, that some base, so you can pick and create. So one is using wall, and the other one is using like create a railing. But now I'm going to do is I'll delete all this floor. So turn HR to show the mass. So we're going to use adaptive family to do this. Okay, so let's create this family. So first, let's go to new family, and so hang on, what's going on here? Okay, so that's it. So we're going to use a generic model adaptive family template. So first, we need to place some point, and also remember, the more points you have, the shape will, you know, more likely follow the shape of the mass. But yeah, I think probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that should be enough. 7. We have 7 points there. So and then make them adaptive. Create a spline. Make it reference line. Okay. So now what we need is place a point. Use draw on face, and what's next? Okay. So and I'm going to, because I don't really know when. So this is an issue we always have when we place adaptive family. So because the orientation, because sometimes when we place it here and in that when we try to apply that into the model, so it's like another degrees off. So it's easier if we just create a rotation angle parameter. Okay, so I'll just use create a angular parameter angle, and so we can control them. So if we need to, so and then I'll just create a let me think. I'll just draw a line on this work plan. So you see this work plan, reference line. I just draw it because I know that we need 4 meter for the level. So I just draw it 4. But if you need to, you can create a dimension and then create a parameter if you want to control it. So in case you have different levels. So yeah, that's okay. But for this exercise, I'm going to just use this 4 meter line. And once you have this profile and this path, you can create so this is it. Okay, and let me think, because I think we can probably just check the always vertical, because I think when we place this one, all the walls need to be vertical, right? So I'll just try this one because I'll just do that for now. So I'm not sure about the results, but let's have a test. So now we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. Load this back. Okay, so let's go to 3D view. So select this, and we need to. So let me just tab. If it tabs. Oh, hang on. Sorry. You need to go into the modeling place and then tab. Says that there. Sorry. Maybe we should turn off the material pattern, so because it's annoying. Let's go here and turn this off. Okay, so now if you tab, you can select this surface and use default surface. But so you can see, let me have a look. These lines these horizontal lines it's also very straight. So maybe we don't need to use intersects to create all these grids, because this looks like perfect to me. Okay, so what we need to do is we just need to adjust these so they are 4 meters apart. But currently I'm not sure. So maybe I'll change U grid to fixed distance. Okay, so they are 3.6. So if I type in 4 meter, I think they will become 4 meter. Yeah, all good. And then V grid is the vertical, and we just need to make sure that we have 7. So which means we need to fix number. If we type 5, so it will be sorry, wrong one. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, we need a 6. So yeah, I think that's it. And then just go to surface representation, check the nodes, okay, and then we can place family. So create component and see this family 1. I'm going to just place maybe from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, looks like we have some issue. We can't place it. Okay, so that's fine. When this happens, maybe just go back or just uncheck that one and try again. Okay, so override, go to 3D view, create component. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so now let's have a look. Okay, so this is not right. I think what we should do is, it looks like, to me, it looks like, when we create a sweep and when we only have one profile, so this might happen. So what I'm going to do is go to the family again. So, and then I'll just delete this form first and select this point and this line CC and select this point and pick new host. And then I'm going to just drag this point to this end, drag this point to this end, select this profile, and the path, create a form. Nope. Control Z. Let's try again. So I'll just drag this point to somewhere here, drag this point to somewhere here, select this profile, select this path, create a form. Okay, that's better. And drag this point to this end, drag this point to this end. Now load this back, overwrite, go to 3D view, and create component. Oh, hang on, it's already there, but you can see the orientation is not right. It's going the other way. But it's because we have that. Oh, hang on. Looks like it's supposed to be 4 meter. Okay. I think the issue we are having here is because when Revit calculates the grid, so sometimes it's using the direction between this point and this point, which means when I say 4 meter, it's not measuring from vertical 4 meter. It's more about, from here to here. So what I think we should do is I'll change to a fixed number, and then I'll just control using number, change it to 8. So this will give us roughly correct. Yeah, I think that's still not right, still not quite right. So I think, okay, if this is the case, I'm going to use intersect. Okay, so now let's just I'll delete this adaptive family, select this surface, and turn off the U grid. Okay, and then go to intersect list, intersects. Oh, hang on, cancel that, escape, because that we need to see those levels. So maybe use the list. Okay, so go to intersect list. I'm going to use level 1 and 7. Sorry, level 1 to level 7. Okay, so now we have all these grids. They are perfectly matching the levels. So now let's do it again. So create component 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so still going the other direction, but that's fine. We can. Oh, hang on, can we flip? Yes, we can. Great. So which means we don't need to go to edit tab and change the angle. But yeah, that's another option. So you can just type in 180, so it will go up. But you can also flip. So and then we can just repeat, and then we have something like this. So if I change to shade SD, so you can tell. So yeah, so these are more, all the levels are. Sorry, all the walls on each levels, they're more related to each other. So, and also when you adjust, let me just try to pick the reference line, so you can just still hang on. It's a little bit hard to. I'll use WF wireframe, so you can see, you can try to pick that reference line. Once you adjust the shape of this, it will automatically change everything. Okay, so change to SD. Looks like we're missing one, but yeah. How can we fix it? I would just remove repeater, and let's just shift, select, delete everything, select it, repeat again. Still having this. Yeah, I don't know. maybe delete this one, and then manually just create another one here. Maybe if this happen. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, hang on. Yeah, this one's wrong. Oh, did I? Should I just flip it? No, it's not. So it looks like, okay. Yeah, I think there's some issue here. So this one's correct. This one's not. Yeah, so this should be this one should be here. So I'll delete this one. This one should go up. Sorry, I'm confused. Anyway, so maybe I should just change it back. And okay, I'll do it again. Select all SA. We can't do that. That's fine. Let's select the whole thing. Remove repeater. Delete. Control Z. Select it. Repeat. Yeah. This is tricky. So I think it's yeah, I think the orientation so can be quite tricky here, because sometimes Revit just couldn't understand which way it needs to go. So what we can try is we can also try the orientate tool of these points. So currently it's like instance, I might try host, maybe, I don't know. Override, let's have a look. Okay, so I think it's better because we can use the parameter so to rotate them. Yeah, that's better. So it fixed that issue. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, so this is another method of doing this, but I'll just quickly have a play. Okay, so this one's quite simple, right? So we can also do something like so imagine you wanted to model those vertical elements. So we can also do that, I think. So let me try. So maybe I'll just delete this surface first, and also not this. I'm going to use I'll delete that point, those 2 points as well. I'm going to place another adaptive family. So let's quickly create another adaptive family and place a point. And okay, so this one I also want to add a direction. So because let me think, how should I do it? Maybe we can. Oh, that's fine. Maybe we can just change orient to a global. We need to change this one to make adaptive first, and then change orient to a global. Okay, and then I'm going to just place a point, draw work plan, set work plan, pick work plan, place it on the point, select it, drag it up, so we have a height. So we can create a height parameter here. So, but for now, I'll just type in 4 meters. So the distance between these 2 points are 4 meters. I'll make a line. So you can also create a solid form or whatever you like, but I'll just use a line to indicate that's a vertical element here. And now load this one into the previous family, which is a line. Okay, so I'll place it here for now. So I'll select this line, use divide path, and here I'm going to just create a number. Let's create a number parameter to control the number of the nodes on this. So which means after we load this one, we can still control. So I'm going to type in 30. And then I'll just place this one. So select this point, pick new host, place it on the nodes, and select this, create repeat. So we have something like this. Okay, so we can still control the number. So for example, typing 50, 100, something like that. Okay, so now if I load this one, into it also just be aware that I think that there's a maximum number. So for this one, I currently use 100, but I guess I don't know. I tried 200. It might work, and it might not if it's bigger than 200. So yeah, this is very similar to other limitation we have. I think, yeah, there's always a limitation 200. So okay, so now let's load this one into the project and overwrite. And this should give us some quite interesting. So instead of just surface, and we will have some actual vertical member. But of course, you can see that it takes a very long time. So it's not recommended. So it's probably better to use material on this surface. So just have some vertical patterns. So I think that's a better idea. So looks like this is not a good idea. So you can see it takes a very long time, almost a minute, to just create this. And also looks like it breaks this one. Okay, so it looks like still the orientation issue, I think, probably. Yeah, so looks like, see. And I think, what's this one? Already host. Yeah. Let me think, how can we fix this one? So maybe we can just change all these to, also change this one to global. It might fix all this. Let's wait for another minute, and then maybe not minute, because most of these are the same, only two, hopefully. Okay, so why it's still calculating? So I think let's just wrap up this exercise. Okay, so basically, so the easiest way, just because this is not quite random, so you can just use walls to create this shape. I think that's quite easy to do. And if you wanted to create some organic shape, like the whole buildings are quite organic shape, so you can also use massing, and then try to create those panels on to the massing. Still doesn't work. Yeah. Anyway, so maybe this is not good idea. So a vertical member. So let's go back to where should we go back to? Modify elements. So a drag line, and I think I did that. Let's try that. Okay, so yeah, SD. Okay, so that's better. So looks like remove repeater. I'll just try to delete all these. Just make sure this one go to the right direction, and then repeat. Yeah, so I think it's a better idea to just oh, hang on, I need to change. If sometimes when you change, like for example in this scenario, if I want to adjust this edit family again, it will go back to here. So which is sorry, oh hang on, sorry, tab select edit family, it will go back to here, right? So, and if in this one you can still go back, Control Z, but what happens if you can't go back? So you just need to close this one and then do it again. Okay, so select it again, edit family, it will go back to the previous stage, and then we can change the material. I'll just create a new give it material, give it a pattern. So there's no pattern here, so that's fine. We can create one. 90 degree, 250 is fine. Okay, and that's it. Load this back, overwrite, and overwrite. So yeah, so this is much faster, better solution. Okay, so and this is it. So let's just quickly do final adjustment to this building. So for example, I'll just create a little bit like overhang. Yeah, nice. Finish, and this is it. Okay, so that's crazy. Yeah, I think this sounds better, but yeah, depending on what you want to create. And yeah, so that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.